a lot of ways. Just even based off of people's personal opinion. And I'm not the type of person to like not let people have their own personal opinion. Everybody's entitled to feel how they want to feel, but at the end of the day, like that's something that I personally went through. That's my life. You know what I'm saying? And for people to like speak just completely ill over the entire situation, like when it comes to me in particular, because I can't speak for everybody else. I'm not gonna speak for everybody else because I wasn't them going through it. I was me going through this shit. So I just feel like if I do an interview outside of this or whatever, it's probably just gonna be on my own term. No, no, no. Look, it's not working. Like, look. Oh, he going no. But yeah, it's probably gonna be on my own terms. Bigo, I'm not smoking. This is a cone, just to let you know, Bigo. Just showing you that this is a cone. But anyway, it's probably gonna be on my own terms because again, like I said, I don't want to be misrepresented, and people don't really understand. Like after this situation, I really felt like financially, I was financially unstable for a very long time, and because I was in the code and I had children, I had to be a stay-at-home mother. Like I had no choice. When I did try in the beginning, when I first left, when I tried to put my children in daycare and stuff like that, so many people knew me to the point where I would have to pull my children out of their daycares because the daycare workers and owners would know me and they would gossip. And so essentially, I'm putting my children in danger. You see what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like that's very stressful. That was very stressful for me to have experience because my children are young. I'm trying to get work. Everywhere I go, people know me, but they're treating me some type of way based off of what they think that I'm going through. So when people kept throwing at me like get a job, get a job, get a job, it's not as simple as just get a job. I could have gotten a job, but that would have made me susceptible to a lot of shit that I potentially could have avoided. And again, I like to raise my kids. I don't want to just throw my kids in daycare and have somebody else raise my kids and think that, oh, they're going to be fine and they're going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had very bad experiences with the daycares that I put my children in thus far. So when I pull my kids out, I dedicated my time and all of my effort to taking care of them. And I've been doing just that. I've had to find work from home jobs. I've had to switch work from home jobs from state to state. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I get on Bigo and stay on YouTube because those are platforms that I can monetize where I can sustain my family with the little income that does come from these platforms outside of the work that I do that's not technically on social media. But that's just like personal stuff. But people love to criticize, harshly criticize. People love to harshly judge something that they've never been through. If you've never been through it, then how can you harshly criticize or harshly judge somebody else that went through it? And never say never because you never know that it could be you. Like at one point in time, I never thought that this would happen to me at one point in time. But the fact that it did, and now that I'm living in the aftermath of it, I have to sit with the consequences of joining something that didn't have my best interest. I spent a lot of years thinking that that was something to keep fighting for when it just it like it was nothing positive that was going to come from it anyway. The only thing positive that came from it was that I got wisdom from the situation as far as like a lot of stuff that I learned about life, a lot of stuff that I learned about the world, a lot of stuff that I learned about people. I'm now able to teach my children about it so that they don't make the same mistakes that I did. A lot of stuff that I went through, no, my parents weren't there to hold my hand and help me make those decisions and appropriate make me like feel appropriate in a relationship with them as far as like trusting them and listening to them and being like feeling like safe, like I didn't have that luxury as a child, so I just grew up. You see what I'm saying? But I get to now raise my children in a way that makes them feel safe. It makes them feel like, okay, they can come to me to talk to me. I can share this information with them. And they do, even as young as they are, and they don't know too much about the world, but they're starting to find their sense of safety and stability with me being their mom. And that's what I appreciated the most coming out of the cult. Like, there's so much that I can guide my children through now that, I'm at where I'm at in life. And so it is what it is. But I don't know. I love being a mom to them, regardless of the situation. People may not agree about me being a mom or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, these are my babies, and I want my babies to have a childhood that I never had growing up. And no one else is responsible for that. Y'all are not responsible for my children, and if you don't agree, then you're most likely probably a sick person, because no matter how the child was born, conceived, or whatever the case may be, nobody should be looking down on a child. Period. Thank you for the gift, y'all. I do appreciate you. Thank you, FDR, and thank you. I know that's two FDRs in the building. I can't read the second one. FDR Sev and FDR something. I don't know, but thank you for the gifts. I do appreciate that. But yeah, nobody should be looking down on a child. Nobody should be saying anything regarding sickness or just being weird towards a child. I've never experienced that ever in my life. So when people do that, especially to my kids, I make sure to keep my distance, because those are people that you should not trust, and probably those people, probably 9 times out of 10, don't have kids. So with that being said, I just hope that as my children grow, they ultimately find a sense of safety when it comes to being in this world with me, so that they can feel comfortable to open up and just be a kid, and just feel safe. Feel safe in a world that's not meant to make us feel safe or keep us safe, for that matter. But yeah, thank you, Miss Did That. I appreciate the gift, y'all. Thank you, FDR. I really don't know what your name is. I really can't pronounce that. FDRP. I'm gonna just call you. Oh, Pepperlicious. But yeah, sometimes it's a lot to unpack emotionally more than it is mentally. But I don't know. I just been so focused on like holding my peace together and just like cultivating a space for me to just have peace. Cause if I don't care about my peace, like I know other people are not gonna prioritize that. You know what I'm saying? And people will come into your life and leave your life just to destroy your peace. You see what I'm saying? And I'm tired of going through that. I don't want to live like that. I don't deserve that. And that's just that. If people are gonna be entitled to feeling like they don't want to understand me, but they constantly want to be around me, those are the people that I'm gonna definitely just like kick out of my life and never let back in, because that shit is draining. That shit is toxic on so many levels. Like, you stay in somebody's life just to misunderstand them, to make them miserable. Like, how miserable are you? Like, what else do you have to focus on in your life to make you feel better about yourself, other than making somebody else miserable because you feel like you have nothing else to live for? That shit is a mental illness. Like, and I was talking to one of my therapists in the past, and it was like, statistically, people who really don't need therapy come and get therapy. The people who actually need therapy don't get therapy. Like, the people who actually supposed to be getting therapy and behavioral help and shit like that, they actually don't get the help. Like, they would rather just live and fuck shit up. But the people who were traumatized by those people, they come and get the therapy, which is the people who necessarily don't need therapy, which I feel like they still do need therapy, but it's just in a different way, it's just in a different form. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think we do. I do believe that too on some level. Like, For a while before 2023, I was feeling like after my last therapist in 2022, I felt like I felt like therapy was like so overrated. I was like just over it. I was sick. I was sad. I was just mad about therapy because I felt like every time I got therapy, it was just like a circle, like a cycle of repeating the same shit and not getting the outcome. Like they kept giving me coping mechanisms that I was already doing. So it was like I was just doing it for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know. But I do have a therapy session. My brother just fixed it. But I do have a therapy session at 10 a.m. But I'm gonna try like watch this documentary or whatever. I'm not happy about it. I'm not like, oh, let's watch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling like that. I'm just like over it. Honestly, like shit is stupid. The whole fucking shit was stupid. People made the most stupidest decisions, including me. Like it's humiliating for real. Like most like that I don't know, that's how just my personal feeling. I feel like it was more humiliating than anything. So now when people meet me, they have these like narratives that they believe about me, and then they like it's weird. It's weird. It's just all weird now. So I have to be very careful about who I let be my friend. I have to be very careful about who I let close to me. Like life is not the same. Like I can't just regularly live life like, oh, you know, I gotta be careful, like extra careful, because people are even more weirder now. It was weird when I joined, but now it's even more weird. Like, because people are like, I guess because of they see me go through this, they feel like I'm gullible. I'm an easy target. I'm easily manipulated. Like, that type of vibe. So now I guess people just feel like they could just come into my life and do the same shit Natureboy did. But I don't know. I don't have no friends like that. I don't desire to have no friends like that on some real shit. Like I don't even care no more. I really don't care no more. I've been accustomed to just being by myself and letting everybody else live, but me just live my own on my own terms because I've started learning also, like not even learning, but seeing that other people are entitled to live how they want to live. They're entitled to speak how they want to speak and express themselves how they want to express themselves. But as soon as I start living my life out loud, as soon as I start expressing myself out loud, motherfuckers like motherfuckers just out the blue start having a problem with me. People can't take me. I'm too much. I'm too this. I'm too that. Like y'all can go live y'all life, but y'all don't have to live that shit around me. Get the fuck from around me if that's the case. Like, cause one thing about me, I'm not gonna let nobody silence me, and I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say, when I want to say it, how I want to say it, wherever I want to say it. And if a bitch got a problem with that, she can eat a dick. Period. I don't give a fuck. And it's just that simple. But yeah, we on episode 2.
In the very beginning was a group of African American people who were no longer interested in the desires of the traditional world. Look at how beautiful your people is. We cared not for monetary gain. We didn't care about houses or flashy cars or shoes, clothes, those types of wealth. We weren't going to protest. This is a culture, this is a movement. We weren't going to invoke physical violence on anybody. Build your tribe off grid. We family here, bro. We wasn't even going to take the judicial approach. We were going to start our own from scratch like people have done before. That was not the case. Fuck this world. Fuck everything in it.
It's supposed to make you go insane.
It's demon time.
Natureboy has always told every member, if you denounce me, you will be condemned from eternal life. And if he can make you believe that, then he has conquered your soul. I can't take a walk around the neighborhood without having to ask permission. I can't even leave the house.
And that's how a king supposed to be treated.
A lot of abuse happened. I would hear a lot of screams.
Here comes the police. Helicopter, circle, SWAT team in the back. They break the door for yo. Don't shoot him.
This shit is so fucking emotional to me. Oh my god. Sometimes I really wanted to refrain from watching this shit, bro. But like every time I see Eliana's face, bro, it just send me back to a certain place. Like I don't really care about seeing all these other faces and stuff like that. That's not really my problem. I'm not really triggered. But when I see Eliana, bro, I don't give a fuck about what nobody said about my motherhood when it came to my child and my children. I fucking love my kids with every ounce of fucking spirit, soul, blood inside of me. And to this day, on this day, May 7th, I, Velvet Marquez, and I will never let nobody take this away from me. I was able to create a safe environment for my kids, my children. I did that without the help of my mother, without the help of my father. I denied the help of my father, without the help of my fucking family, without the help of anybody close to me, related to me, without the help of friends, without the help of emotional support. None of that. I did that shit on my own. I did that. Hey y'all.
I don't believe cult leader is something that you pick up from a manual. I think that cult leader has to be accompanied by some type of mental disorder, and your only agenda, the only thing you can process in your mind is yourself. What made it start escalating was that Velvet left. Bitch! Did she left?
Fuck you, bitch. I was gonna leave every single time. I don't give a fuck.
I miss my fucking daughter so fucking much. I'm hurting.
You a sick
I
ass
proceeded to
bitch.
give protection orders to keep me and my children safe from him. I'm not
Sure did, bitch, and I
sure
still
where
got
he
it in
is
place.
now.
Talking about some free
The
nature, but I hope
reason
that bitch
for
stay in jail for the
traveling
rest of
was
his
to stay
life. I hope he
outside of the
die in that
United States
bitch.
jurisdiction so that he can get away with what he did. However, the last thing that I heard, he was in Atlanta, Georgia.
I don't give a fuck. If he was on fire right now, I would not spit on that bitch. I would watch him burn. I swear to God.
Honestly, living with Natureboy was like living with like 14 different people. You never knew who you were gonna get.
He would assert his dominance in many ways, and one of them is just to humiliate us. You're automatically his slave now, so get with the program.
Bitch, what I tell you, say it again, bitch.
The only reason why I'm staying is because I wanted to keep my family together, but I really don't like this guy.
Smack.
It was honestly heartbreaking to see so many young people being controlled by a monster. My name is Janie, and I am from Las Vegas, Nevada. Janie is someone who have been watching carbonation for quite some time. She was someone who was very proactive, I will say, boots on the ground. He really had them believing that he was God.
On your knees. Who is your God? You are great.
I just felt like I have to do something about this. I thought that I could just create a community to help I created this Instagram page named Carbonation is Falling. I created an alias, Asian Angelina. I would post about the fact that they're a sex cult, post videos of like the behavior and specifically the abuse. I created some flyers to post on people's like mailboxes and stuff and on their windshield so they'll know it's a cult in your community. It was a lot of work. It took a lot of sleepless nights, but I don't regret it because Carbonation is a sex cult ran by a monster who gets pleasure out of destroying other people's lives.
Facts.
It was a video specifically where he was having someone feed him strawberries and then he ended up slapping him.
They killed him. That boy loyal. I believe on my soul. That boy loyal who died in that house fire. I think Nature Boy and Solar had something to do with his death. I really do. Because it was alleged that he had all of the footage and documentation of what happened behind closed doors that Nature Boy was doing with those men and those women that they caught on footage that they never released to the public. And I guess one day he left or Nature Boy went to jail or some shit like that. And I guess he was like whatever he was doing. And I do think that somebody killed him from the cult. I highly am suspicious of that guy Solar because he tried to kill me and Eliana and Aviana at the time in 2022 after Nature Boy had went to jail and that boy had literally died in a house fire. Allegedly is what they say. But the house fire happened so that they couldn't have any evidence from the dead. Yes.
And I was like, this is just too much now. So I decided to call the police. I just knew like I couldn't give up until I
Thank you for sharing the live.
because that would be the only thing that would give these people a chance at life again.
Police showed up every single day. It was almost on cue.
Here comes the police.
Like clockwork.
Clockwork. Boom. Y'all can't fuck with the police. They can watch me. I'm not doing anything illegal.
I'm going to be very honest. Seeing the police presence showing up, it was heart racing.
What's up, dude? Oh, yeah. That's why I record everything. Oh, I'm recording this. Are you good?
Every time they would come, we would just say like, oh yes, would you like anything? Nature Boy would be like, hey officer, yeah, come right on in.
Everybody cool.
They'd be like, see y'all, let me go on here.
Is everything
Hold on,
okay?
dude.
It's okay. They're on me or my part?
I'm right here.
Nothing, whatever thing he
Here.
really thought.
Here, right here. There you go, buddy.
Listen,
There you
I
go,
let
buddy.
you in to let you know nothing was going on. I didn't have to do that. You must be. And I pay taxes, so I pay your bills. Okay, have a nice day.
We're gonna keep on pushing. We're gonna do whatever we have to do to see him go to jail.
Only one Senate candidate delivers big things for Louisiana. Only Bill Cassidy protects our energy industry. Only Bill Cassidy fights the drug cartel.
I don't know if Eliana remembers him.
Only Bill
She
Cassidy
does ask
delivers
about her
big things
dad,
to
though.
rebuild our rich.
I don't know if Eliana remembers his face, but she was very young when I left. She was 1.5. She was barely 2 years old. She was not even 2 years old when I left, and yeah, she asks about her dad. She asks about her dad because she's in first grade now, so they'll have stuff like daddy daughter day, and she'll see other people with their dads, and she'll wonder where her dad is. She knows vaguely that we're not with her dad because of abuse. She definitely remembers heavy abuse being involved. But she doesn't like, I don't think she can recall how he looks or anything like that. And I don't just show her, I don't just show Eliana pictures and stuff like that of him and be trying to get her to remember. I don't do that type of stuff. I just tell her, well, for in the beginning, Well, it's still the same way. Like I'll really like push her to pray. I've been pushing her toward God for the most part. Like you know, you just pray to God for those answers. And I'll tell her stuff like one day God's gonna bless you with a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll tell her stuff like that, and I'll pray with her, and that'll kind of just like alleviate her spirit, and then we'll move on to the next thing.
In the cold. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of ins and outs. The thought stopping cliches weren't even working no more. I think it was
I don't
always
know,
about
Fufu.
inconsistency.
I don't
But
know.
I think that the ridiculousness was so in our face. Janae wanted to leave. She was hit that night because she was supposedly disrespecting Nature Boy. You're just hearing her getting slapped over and over again. And
She
next thing you
is.
know,
She
they're
is
having
such a
sex.
fucking girl.
I was assaulted that night by the women on his orders. When I tried to get out to my Uber, he calls me back inside and he tells me, just let me come inside of you one last time.
Trifling ass
I
bitch.
just froze. I didn't know what rape was because within the
She
culture,
really pisses me off. Janae really pisses me off only because this is the same bitch that do some of the same shit Nature Boy do, and people have the audacity to call me Nature Boy twin. The shit Nature Boy did and the shit that Nature Boy do, I have never done. Ever. Ever. But the same way Nature Boy used to call people's children's demons and all of this extra shit, she do the same shit. She will literally watch a woman, another woman, including me, be in a relationship with a man and they go fuck they nigga. Fuck they husband, fuck they baby daddy, fuck they whatever it is. She literally did that on multiple occasions. I'm not the only woman that she did that to. When I was in a relationship with Nature Boy, that was her ammo to fuck him, to be with him. And now she just all of a sudden a victim. Now she just all of a sudden this woman who was alleged abused and raped and all of this extra shit. And now she's the reason why Nature Boy's in jail. No. From the very beginning in 2018 was when I met her. Her ammo was to get me to leave. She was telling me to leave. How Nature Boy was so fucked up and all this and all of that. When I left, she went there to be with him. No. Then every time I would come, before I would come back, which I never kept tabs on people who would leave and stay and all of that shit. I was just on my own terms because at the end of the day, Nature Boy was Eliana's dad. However, every time I would go there, she would be nowhere to be found. And then every time I would leave, there she is popping up. And when I was there and she was there, for whatever reason, she couldn't stand to be in a relationship with me and Nature Boy. None of the women could stand being in a relationship with me and Nature Boy. So she went and found somebody else to be with in the cult, aka Solar, aka Tron, aka Loyal, aka whoever she wanted to try that day or at that time.
was a culture. So scary. It was so scary. It was so scary. I didn't know what to do, but to just pray to God.
Mind you, she's the same woman when I left, when I finally left in 2020, and she was allegedly out of the cult before she went back to go fight to be queen and was on her knees with Aya and Ephru and Malia to fight to be in the chiefess queen spot and all that. She was the same person that was telling me, "Oh, I'm so proud of you for getting out of that. Eliana is such a beautiful child, and she's praying for Eliana, and she wants the best for Eliana, and all of this and all of that." But now, when karma comes into play, because you fucking did so much dirt to everybody else in that bitch, and let's not talk about Zoka. Let's not talk about how she fucking treated Zoka, and that girl lost her whole fucking baby. But people have the audacity to talk about me having a baby with Solar, that is literally doesn't even scratch the surface of what this girl did to a lot of people there. And me and Solar wasn't even on that time to get back at her or make it seem like we was doing that for no, that shit was as natural as it was just like when it was with MB. And when I found out that that shit with MB was fucked up, and I found out that that shit was fucked up with Solar, I cut that shit off at the head. And those are the same people, her, Solar, and MB, are the same people that want to continue to be my friend, continue to reach out to me, continue to want to befriend me or whatever the fucking case is, and I sever ties from all of them. But yeah, she the same woman that want to pray for Eliana and all of this shit. So then when I get pregnant with my last child, Mage, and it just so happened to be by her baby daddy, and now she's in the position that I was in, now she can't take it. Now she can't handle it. Now I'm a witch. That energy